Hello, I'm Warren, and welcome to the Countdown on the Mended Drum. This week, we're going to be discussing a show that is quintessentially 1990s sci-fi, The X-Files. There was a lot of weird stuff that happened in The X-Files, but most of it was on purpose. In fact, even the stuff that didn't seem like it was on purpose was generally on purpose. So let's take a look at 5 interesting facts about that show that potentially you haven't heard.
Number 5. Breakfast at Tiffanys. During the making of X-Files, David Duchovny famously competed on the game show Jeopardy, playing for his charity, the Children's Defense League. Duchovny did very well, but this didn't stop him from coming in for some flack on the X-Files itself. In the episode Shiggy, who knows how to pronounce that, the students attended Grover Cleveland Alexander High School, which is one of the questions that Duchovny got wrong. Alex Trebek, the host of Jeopardy, made an appearance in Jose Chung's From Outer Space, and in the episode Wet Wired, Scully is seen watching several tapes, one of which is, you guessed it, Jeopardy. The best dig, though, comes at Duchovny's final question, which he answered incorrectly, and which related to Truman Capote's classic novel, Breakfast at Tiffany's. In the episode War of the Coprophages, Dana Scully can clearly be seen kicking back and reading a novel. That novel, you guessed it, Breakfast at Tiffany's. Number 4. Pencils. It was only in the 5th season that writers established a rather strange quirk for Fox Mulder, in which he's seen sharpening pencils to throw at the ceiling in his office. This recurring character trait never led anywhere significant, but keep an eye out from then on, as pencils keep making appearances in odd places where Mulder has thrown them, from the ceiling in his office in later episodes to Mulder's own apartment. In the revival episode released in 2016, Mulder can be seen chucking the yellow HBs into the I Want to Believe poster. In the show Castle, Season 7 Episode 12 has a clear Easter egg calling back to just those pencils in the office ceiling. Number 3. Tay Leone Could Never Love Me. In the X-Files episode Hollywood AD from Season 7, actress Tay Leone played herself acting in a movie called The Lazarus Bowl as an FBI agent loosely based on Dana Scully. In one scene, Scully and Mulder are chatting on the phone, each lying in a bubble bath when Scully says, "You know, Mulder, speaking of Hollywood, I think that Tay Leone has a little crush on you." And Mulder replies, "Oh, you're right, like Tay Leone's ever gonna have a crush on me." Tay Leone was actor David Duchovny's wife at the time. Number 2. Foo Fighters. If you hadn't already figured it out from the name of his band, Dave Grohl is a fan of aliens. But did you know he was such a fan that he made an appearance on The X-Files? The appearance comes in Season 3 on Episode 17, which is called Pusher. 20 minutes and 30 seconds into the episode, at the entrance of the FBI building, just before the pusher goes through the metal detector, we briefly see a man in the background wearing a green bomber jacket. That man is Dave Grohl. Number 1. The Big Show Connection. Vince Gilligan is now most famous as the creator of Breaking Bad, and his casting of Malcolm in the Middle's bumbling dad Bryan Cranston as lead Walter White is considered inspired. This connection could never have happened, though, without The X-Files. Vince Gilligan was the writer of Season 6's episode Drive, in which a racist conspiracy theorist takes Fox Mulder captive and forces him to drive across the country. Despite being an absolutely terrible person, viewers were left bereaved at the death of the kidnapper, whose humanity somehow outshone his awful behavior. The actor who pulled that off was Bryan Cranston, and Vince Gilligan was so moved by the performance he recalled Cranston when it came time to cast for Walter White. As a tribute to those origins, in Breaking Bad Season 4's episode Box Cutter, we zoom in on a clock just after Jesse shoots rival Gale in the head. The time on that clock is 10:13 p.m., which is a significant number in the X-Files history. For instance, 1013 Productions is the name of Chris Carter's company. It's also the date of Fox Mulder's birthday, as well as an officer's police code used regularly throughout the series, and the release date for the 1998 X-Files movie.
So, that was The X-Files. Is there a show that perhaps you'd like us to cover in the next episode of the Countdown? If so, leave a comment. Otherwise, just like, share, subscribe, and do all the normal YouTube-y type things, and we'll catch you next time on The Mended Drum.